happening here tonight? Hulk Hogan, what is happening?
Well, you know, me and Gene, we really don't know what we're dealing with here, man. And I'm just kind of a little worried about locking up here.
The attempt there was to
give you
a little mean Gene in there.
My
Yes,
apologies.
we tried. But no, A for effort for Jeremy Gover there. I'm not sure it came through loud and clear on the radio there, but always trying to make the extra effort. Okay, we're back here at Dave & Buster's, and it's presented by Fifth Third Bank, our Predator Player Show here this evening. A couple of very popular guys here, Kevin Klein and Rich Clune, here with us.
Well, they're not only popular here at Dave & Buster's, but we were telling them during the break, they're killing it on Twitter. I mean, Twitter is blowing up with that last segment. There were some funny lines, and who knows?
Maybe some ideas for a T-shirt for Kevin?
I think there's something in the works. At least that's what it looks like on Twitter.
You don't get that one.
I get that one. Actor Kevin Klein.
Yeah.
I get
It's
that.
called
I actually get fan mail once in a blue moon.
Do you?
The wrong Kevin Klein. Yeah.
The wrong Kevin Klein.
So I like that.
Spelled differently.
At what point in your life did you realize, hey, I have a namesake here? When did you first see a Kevin Klein movie?
Years ago.
We Built a House, right?
He's been in like 500 movies, this guy.
We could go on for a while, probably.
So maybe that in our next segment,
could be wrong.
Darren, our favorite Kevin Klein movie. I don't know. Maybe if
So
we're
this
looking
fish
to fill
isn't
time.
called Wanda. Is that what you said?
Sure. But
Can
then
we fit that on a T-shirt,
but then-
guys? We'll,
No,
But
that's
then,
bad.
but then Mike Fisher might be confused too.
Yeah, that's not good.
So
okay. It's a work in progress. So it'll come to us. All right, now we've got questions from the audience here at Dave & Buster's.
Perfect.
All right, so we've got prizes for good questions here. Introduce yourself.
My name is Grace.
All right, Grace, what's your question?
I was wondering, who's the biggest trash talker on the team?
The biggest trash talker
And-
on the team.
And what's your best trash line?
That we can say on the radio.
trash talker.
I can't say anything on the radio.
Who's always into it? Horny is he's always running his mouth.
Is he?
But he's
in
just,
Swedish or
no,
English?
well, in both. But most of the time, he's just so fired up, I can't tell what the words coming out of his mouth
It's like
are.
a combination.
Yeah,
Swedish
Finnish.
Barry
A little
Trotz
bit of
did say in an interview not long ago that he plays as if he's had 5 Red Bulls every day.
Yeah.
So
But
basically
it's-
that's it. And so that continues with talk on the ice.
Yeah, mostly in practice with us, with D-Man, when we're killing penalties. Today, him and I were going at it a little bit.
It is nice to have
he
it
gets
back
fired
in
up
there.
big time. Yeah, it is. Very nice. He's great net presence. Good player.
Can you take us through the fiddler moment, Rich, or is that anything that can be said on air?
I mean, my stuff's pretty X-rated.
So that's a no.
Fiddler. He played here, right?
He did.
Yes, he did.
The only thing that I can remember is that there was a member of our team who told me that his wife could probably beat him up, so I should just leave him alone. I won't disclose who it was. It might not have been a player. But, Fiddler, well, I had that ugly jaw visor on, which was, that was pretty embarrassing to wear. And he was just, I can't remember how it all started. He was making fun of my teeth and the jaw visor and that, I was a rookie. And I kind of took it for that game. And sure enough, the next game when my jaw visor was off in Dallas, he didn't really say too much. And, and I'm not trying to act like I'm the toughest guy in the league. Like, there's tougher, better fighters than I am. But it was just funny how he quieted up pretty quickly there.
I thought it was funny. The great article that Scott Burnside did on you for ESPN.com, but a line that struck me because when you're down in the bowels, outside your locker room, sometimes you see the dentist. The dentist is always on call, and you said you were new to town, and this happened to you one of the first games. You had the teeth knocked out, and so you said your best friend in Nashville was Jody Jones, the dentist.
Jody Jones, he still might be my best friend. Yeah, it was a few games into the season, and I took that elbow to the face, and I was in the dentist yesterday for 3 hours, getting the final touches done to my new set of teeth. And he's a great guy. He helped me out a lot. So
that was
guy.
good stuff. All right, let's get our next question from the audience.
Hi guys, Cindy from Clarksville.
First off, thank you for doing this, whether you're late or not. I don't know how many fans know how special these things are. I have friends all over the country, fans of other teams, and nobody does this but you guys. Anyway, this may be a forbidden question, I don't know, but the playoffs coming up, the Stanley Cup, everybody's saying it's not going to be worth winning because of the short season. I don't see it. Nobody's having a better time of it than anybody else. The schedules are brutal. So how do you guys feel about it?
Well, I mean, you're winning the Stanley Cup no matter what. I wouldn't, whoever wins it, hopefully us, I wouldn't take anything away from that because 48 games is still a season. It's still a grind. It's still the same game that we've always played. It's a little different in the sense that we don't see the Eastern Conference teams, but eventually you have to go through the best that they have to win the Stanley Cup. So I would not, discredit them. I don't think, the past teams, like the NBA, when they went through theirs, and who won it? The Heat last year?
Yep.
So, I don't think anybody's discrediting that win. So it's just one of those things. People talk, and they need something to talk about, and they'll crown a champion, and that champion will be worthy, I think.
Well said. All right, let's get our next question.
Hi, I'm Jill.
Hey, Jill.
Do you guys go into games when there's a new guy on the roster with a little bit of nervousness, not knowing how he's going to mesh with the other Predators? Or are you guys completely trusting of the management and who they decide to bring in?
It's a good question because there's been a lot of guys this year that have had their first shot as a Predator with injuries and acquisitions. Like Rich came in right as the season was starting. A number of guys have made their debut as Predators.
Yeah. Well, I think everyone still gets a little nervous when I play. You know what? Like it's one of those things where you have to you have to trust and have faith that there's going to be mistakes and growing pains of a new player, but that's the nature of our game. Is there's always turnover, and that's why there's scouts and management to make those decisions, and you just have to trust in them and take them in with open arms. And as far as you look at Beck coming in from Milwaukee, he's a young guy, and we're struggling to score. And I'm sure some people were like, well, why don't we go out and trade for a 10-year veteran who scored 20 goals a year? And you've seen how good Beck is. So, the grass isn't always greener on the other side. So you just have to trust, and it's a good lesson for everybody in life.
Kevin, whenever they send down, you guys send down Ryan Ellis, and they've done this several times. Craig Smith, guys have gone back to Milwaukee, guys you've played with. Is it awkward when that happens? Do you go up? Do you say something? Do you not? Take us through as a player what happens when your teammate gets sent down.
They don't even tell us. Like I didn't even know that both those guys got sent down until after they were gone. So
really?
Maybe if they tell, maybe the leadership group or something. But I didn't know until Ellie was gone. Same thing with Smitty. But it's a learning process. I've been there. I've been sent down for conditioning. Early on in my career, I've got called up and had that, for 2 or 3 games, got sent back down. It's one of those things that it makes you a better player, better person, better professional, and they just have to go down and, just work on their game, do what makes them successful in the long run, and they'll be back up.
Do you ever send like a text like, keep your head up or anything like that? Did that happen with you early on in your career?
Yeah. Early on, whenever I got sent down after practice, so you kind of see all the guys and everything. And you say goodbye to, some of the guys that you've played with in Milwaukee and had like bonds with. And the older guys, if they found out, they come by and they're really good about it. Well, everyone's good about it. It's a process. It's not easy. I know Smitty, I think this is his first stint in Milwaukee, isn't it? He was up from training camp day one, and that's a hard jump. Sometimes you might skip a few things that you can learn playing in the American League. I played there for 3 years, and it definitely prepared me for the NHL, and it's good.
Give us a quick 30 seconds on Victor Bartley, because that's one of the players that you're now playing with quite a bit, and he looks like he's made a very, very quick adjustment, and he's now playing a very important role.
Yeah, he had the benefit of the full season in the American League. He came up, He's playing really well. He's solid, communicates really well, which a lot of young guys don't. They're afraid to talk. He's always talking to me, which makes the game easier. When he does something, whether it's the right decision or the wrong decision, he does it completely. He doesn't go halfway. Some guys will hesitate. Because it's way easier if he makes a mistake, if he stays with the mistake, for other guys to help out and recover. So he's doing a great job, and he's been great to play with.
Let's get another question before we go to the break.
Okay. My question is for you, Rich, because I'm a Monarchs fan.
Oh,
and
I just saw that. Nice.
I was wondering, what's one thing that you miss most about being in Manchester, and what's one of your favorite things about being here?
The one thing I missed about Manchester. Well, there was a.
Now, this is just for people that don't know. This is the Kings farm team, right?
Yeah.
In what league?
The American League.
In the American League,
like Milwaukee.
Right, like the Milwaukee for the Predators, and this is Manchester, New Hampshire.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you can carry a gun around. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm serious.
I was going to say, I thought he was serious.
There was. I made so many friends in Manchester. Outside of hockey over the last few years there, like tons. I mean, there wasn't a place I could go where I didn't know someone. So I'd say just the people, the friends that I made, and I made friendships that'll last me for a lifetime. And there was a restaurant that I ate at almost every day. It was called Ignite Bar and Grill. And if you're ever in Manchester, you should check it out.
And when you get the call from Manchester that, hey, you're going up to L.A., that's quite a long flight, right?
Yeah, I mean...
It's not like Milwaukee to Nashville is fairly doable, To Manchester, L.A., man.
I know. And then sometimes you're not even long enough to get a tan. It's like, you land and then they're like, all right, get out of here.
All right. Let's take a break and we'll come back with our final segment with these guys. And